It was a typical Thursday night for 19-year-old Brandon Swanson. He was a bright and ambitious young man full of dreams and aspirations, just like any other college freshman. He was finishing up his freshman year at Minnesota West Community and Technical College, where he had made many friends and was known for his dedication to his studies. Brandon decided to celebrate the end of the semester with friends. They laughed, shared stories, and enjoyed the freedom that comes with the end of a school term. As the night grew late, Brandon left Canby, Minnesota, heading to his parents' home in Marshall. The drive was familiar, a route he had taken many times before. However, Brandon never made it home. Somewhere along the way, he took a wrong turn, leading him down an unfamiliar path. He ended up lost on a rural gravel road near Lind, Minnesota. The darkness of the night and the isolation of the rural area made it difficult for him to find his way. Around 1:30 in the morning, he called his parents asking for help. His voice was filled with a mix of frustration and worry as he tried to describe his surroundings. They talked on the phone for over 40 minutes, trying to figure out his location. His parents, desperate to find him, asked him to describe any landmarks or signs he could see. Brandon eventually said he could see lights in the distance and thought he was near Lynn. He believed those lights might be his best chance of finding his way back. Brandon's father, Brian, drove out to meet him, but they couldn't find each other in the dark. The rural roads were confusing, and the lack of clear landmarks made the search even harder. During the call, Brandon's phone died, cutting off communication. The sudden silence left his parents in a state of panic and helplessness. That was the last time anyone heard from him. His car was later found abandoned, but there was no sign of Brandon. He vanished, leaving behind a trail of unanswered questions and a family desperate for answers. His disappearance was a devastating blow to his loved ones. His disappearance sparked a massive search effort that captivated the nation. Volunteers, police, and even strangers joined in the search, hoping to find any clue that could lead to Brandon. Yet despite years of investigation, Brandon's fate remains a haunting mystery. The case continues to baffle investigators and haunts the community, leaving everyone wondering what really happened that fateful night. The next morning, after a night of frantic searching, Brandon's parents reported him missing. They had spent the entire night calling friends, neighbors, and anyone who might have seen him, but to no avail. Their worry grew with each passing hour, and by dawn they knew they needed professional help. Local law enforcement quickly mobilized, launching a full-scale search operation. Officers were briefed on the situation, and a command center was set up at the police station to coordinate the efforts. The urgency of the situation was palpable, and everyone knew that time was of the essence. Volunteers from surrounding communities poured in, determined to help find the missing teenager. Friends, family, and even strangers felt compelled to join the search, driven by a sense of solidarity and hope. The community's response was overwhelming, with people bringing food, water, and supplies to support the searchers. The search party grew to hundreds, combing through fields, ditches, and farmlands. They meticulously covered every inch of the area, leaving no stone unturned. The sheer number of people involved was a testament to the community's commitment to finding Brandon. They used all-terrain vehicles, horses, and search dogs, hoping for any sign of Brandon. The search dogs, trained to pick up even the faintest scent, were a crucial part of the operation. The all-terrain vehicles allowed searchers to cover rough and expansive terrain quickly, while horses provided access to areas that were otherwise difficult to reach. The air buzzed with helicopters scanning the vast landscape from above. These aerial searches provided a bird's-eye view, helping to identify areas that might have been missed on foot. The helicopters flew in grid patterns, ensuring that no part of the search area was overlooked. Days turned into weeks, and the search area expanded. As time went on, the searchers' determination did not wane. They pushed further into new territories, including dense forests and remote locations, hoping to find any clue that could lead them to Brandon. Dive teams with sonar equipment were brought in to search nearby bodies of water, including the Yellow Medicine River. The divers faced challenging conditions with murky water and strong currents, making the search difficult. Despite these obstacles, they remained focused and thorough in their efforts. The river, known for its strong currents and murky depths, became a focal point of the investigation. The searchers knew that if Brandon had somehow ended up in the water, finding him would be incredibly challenging. The river's reputation added a layer of urgency and concern to the search. Despite the tireless efforts and unwavering determination of everyone involved, the search yielded no trace of Brandon. The volunteers and officers were exhausted, but their spirits remained unbroken. They took short breaks to rest and regroup, always ready to continue the search at a moment's notice. The lack of evidence only deepened the mystery, leaving investigators baffled and Brandon's family heartbroken. The unanswered questions weighed heavily on everyone involved, and the community continued to rally around the family, offering support and hope in the face of uncertainty. One of the most perplexing aspects of Brandon's disappearance was the scent trail picked up by search dogs. The dogs, trained to track human scent, consistently led searchers to the edge of the Yellow Medicine River. The dogs' behavior strongly suggested that Brandon had somehow ended up in the water. This clue became a crucial piece of the puzzle, but it also raised more questions than answers. How did Brandon end up in the river? Did he accidentally fall in, or was he led there? The riverbank was thoroughly searched, but no sign of a struggle or any of Brandon's belongings were ever found. The dog's insistent tracking to the river's edge painted a chilling picture, hinting at a tragic end, but without physical evidence it remained just a possibility. Despite the extensive search efforts, not a single trace of Brandon has ever been found. His cell phone, last detected near the river, never resurfaced. No clothing items, personal belongings, or any sign of his presence has ever been discovered. The absence of physical evidence has been one of the most frustrating and puzzling aspects of the case. It has fueled speculation, hampered investigations, and left Brandon's family in a constant state of limbo. The lack of answers has only amplified their pain and kept Brandon's disappearance shrouded in mystery. Section 5. Drowning, foul play, or lost and confused. The theories. Over the years, several theories have emerged to explain Brandon's mysterious disappearance, each with its own set of compelling arguments and evidence. One of the most prevalent theories is that he accidentally drowned in the Yellow Medicine River. This theory is supported by the fact that the river was swollen and fast-moving that night, making it a dangerous place for anyone, especially someone disoriented. This theory aligns with the scent trail picked up by the search dogs, which led them to the riverbank before the trail went cold. The dogs' behavior suggested that Brandon may have entered the water. It's possible that Brandon, disoriented and lost in the dark, wandered towards the river and fell in. The darkness and unfamiliar terrain could have easily led to a tragic accident. Another theory suggests that Brandon may have been the victim of foul play. This theory is based on the idea that he might have encountered someone with malicious intent. While there's no direct evidence to support this, the possibility cannot be entirely ruled out. The rural area he was in is sparsely populated, but not entirely devoid of people. Some believe that Brandon may have encountered someone on that rural road who harmed him. This theory raises questions about who he might have met and what their intentions were. A third theory posits that Brandon, suffering from hypothermia and confusion, wandered away from the road and succumbed to the elements. Hypothermia can cause severe disorientation and irrational behavior, leading people to remove clothing or wander aimlessly. The night he disappeared was cold and damp, and his disorientation could have been exacerbated by the darkness and unfamiliar surroundings. The harsh weather conditions would have made survival difficult, especially if he was already confused and lost. Section 6. A Parent's Worst Nightmare. The Swansons Fight for Answers. Brandon's disappearance has taken an immeasurable toll on his family. His parents, Brian and Annette Swanson, have dedicated their lives to finding answers and keeping Brandon's memory alive. They have tirelessly advocated for their son, organizing searches, raising awareness, and working with law enforcement to keep the case active. The Swansons have channeled their grief and frustration into becoming powerful advocates for missing persons. They have shared their story countless times, urging the public to never forget Brandon and to always hold on to hope. Their strength and resilience in the face of unimaginable loss have been an inspiration to many. In 2009, spurred by the Swansons' advocacy, Minnesota passed the Brandon Swanson Act. This law requires law enforcement agencies to take immediate action when someone is reported missing, regardless of whether foul play is suspected. The law aims to prevent delays in investigations and ensure that every missing person case receives prompt and thorough attention. The Brandon Swanson Act stands as a testament to Brandon's legacy and his parents' unwavering commitment to helping other families avoid the pain and uncertainty they have endured. Despite the passage of time and ongoing investigations, Brandon Swanson's disappearance remains an unsolved mystery. The lack of physical evidence, the conflicting theories, and the absence of any definitive answers continue to haunt his family, investigators, and the public. The case serves as a chilling reminder of the fragility of life and the unknown dangers that can lurk in the most unexpected places. The questions surrounding Brandon's disappearance linger. What really happened to him that night? Where did he go? Was it a tragic accident, a random encounter with foul play, or something else entirely? These unanswered questions continue to fuel speculation and keep the case alive in the public consciousness. Though the mystery of his disappearance endures, Brandon Swanson is far from forgotten. His memory is kept alive through the tireless efforts of his family, the advocacy work done in his name, and the countless people who have been touched by his story. His case serves as a reminder of the importance of community, hope, and the unwavering love of family. Even in the absence of answers, Brandon's legacy lives on, inspiring others to cherish their loved ones, advocate for justice, and never give up hope in the face of adversity. Brandon Swanson's case is a stark reminder that even in a world seemingly saturated with information and technology, people can still vanish without a trace. It highlights the vulnerability we all face and the importance of vigilance, awareness, and supporting one another. As we reflect on the unanswered questions and the enduring mystery surrounding Brandon's disappearance, we are left to ponder. What if it was someone we loved? What if it were us? The next time you see a missing person poster, take a moment to really see the face staring back at you. Remember their story and share it. You never know, your awareness might be the key to bringing someone home.